Okay, today is Wednesday, July 23rd, approximately 9:20 in the morning, and I'm once again heading to San Francisco General. Unfortunately, the more I continue to look, apparently, the sicker and iller I get. Apparently, the further I get away from, receiving any humanity or treatment. It has gotten so bad that once again, I am going to emergency and I'm taking in a sample of all the problems that I'm having going to the bathroom and what's basically been coming out and everything else. Now, you got to realize, if you've been watching the videos that, on, I believe, 6/24, I was told by Miss Kruger, and I'm sure you understand the nature of her position at the San Francisco Police Department and the Department of Public Health, that I would be receiving medical care. Today is the 23rd. Tomorrow marks an entire month without any contact from the Department of Public Health. The consistent refrain that I am not seeking services, or that somehow it is my fault, to blame the victim, risk management approach is continually used, and, it's here on YouTube for everybody to view. Unfortunately, like I said, I am truly feeling like death warmed over, and I do not know, honestly, how much longer I will exist. The inhumanity is here, the canary in the mine, speaking the truth to the inconvenient truth to the powers who want to continue the illusion, the harm, the inhumanity in the medical profession, and everything else is just so astounding for me. I keep getting asked, by all the quote unquote professionals who are not concerned about my health care, whether, I have any intention on harming myself. If you've watched the videos, I've needed not to have any intention in harming myself. You can see the harm and the damages perpetrated by them repeatedly. The framing, the recharacterization, everything else has been even more psychologically harmful because, it is the consistent approach as opposed to, as I've said all along, any humanity or doing the right thing. There is no consequence for them doing the wrong thing. To put this in a more clear and concise statement, question that maybe you should ask is, will there be any consequence for the administrators and the bureaucrats that screwed all the veterans out of their health care? You have to understand how not only the game is set up and how it's set up to fail, but the inhumanity in its setup, the inhumanity of incorrect law and no law enforcement, and of course the dead end alleys that I've been continually sent, all the while knowing it. You really, really, really have to ask yourself, would anyone, going through what I'm going through, exposing what I'm exposing, and everything else, really, when they're poor and ill and suffering and have, are disabled and is fully entitled and had paid in all their life, in their working career, and to not receive the services that they're entitled to under Social Security and everything else, you have to realize that, if I can't get help now and everything with this, how much worse is it going to get? Like I said, I do not know how much longer, I will be around, but as you can tell, it's not from me not seeking appropriate, mandated, legally required health care. It is from the game playing on the other side. Anyway, here is for you to see, what has been coming out of me. While I agree that it is disgusting and, it's a horrible thing to show, You know, it is the truth. Now, as everything else has been the horrible thing to show in the truth here on YouTube, I have no regrets for doing the correct thing. My only regrets at this point, you know, is ever having believed in this system, which is so apparently inhumane, unaccountable, non-transparent, rewriting of history, intelligence fixing, etc., really leaves me, you know, questioning whether or not, you know, I'm the last human standing. So I hope you understand all of this, and I hope you can see why I feel the way I do, you know, and I hope you understand that, you know, being a well-adjusted individual in a maladjusted society, there is no hope. Because no matter what you do correctly, there will be no correct outcome, no correct process, etc., etc.